first pedal I bought in 2017 was a TC Flashback. It's an excellent delay. It has a lot of different delay types. The thing that impressed me about it are the editing functions. When you plug it into your computer, you can really go to town on some of the parameters to really customize your delay. I use the digital, analog and tape functions the most, and lately I've been playing around with the different beat divisions that are available on it as well, so crotchet plus dotted eighth note to get some sort of edge from U2 type sounds. The Flashback 2 is now out, which came out about 6 months after I bought it, which looks amazing, but I'll probably hold on to this pedal until I buy a programmable delay like the new Boss delay or maybe a Straumann Timeline or something like that, but it's been pretty good. In late 2016 I bought the MXI M300 reverb pedal, and one of its features is that you can plug in an expression pedal and you can use it to manipulate the parameters on the reverb, which I thought was very useful. So I went out and got myself an M Audio expression pedal. The reason I got that particular one was it was incredibly cheap, only about $40 Australian, and it does a really good job. It's probably not, if I was going to gig a lot with it live, I probably would get something more heavy duty, but for home use it's really good. And I can also use it with a number of other pedals that have the availability of an expression pedal. This one has a stereo TRS jack, and that is actually attached to the pedal, you can't detach it. So it works really well, and for $40, who's complaining? The JO American Sound is a Fender amp simulating type pedal, and I really like the way this particular pedal overdrives. I saw some pretty glowing reviews of this pedal, so I thought I'd have a go. It's pretty cheap. I think it was $50 brand new. I got this one for $25 second hand. But its downfall for me is definitely the EQ section, particularly the high end. The high control is very brittle, and it has a limited usable range. So it's at the moment just taking up space on my pedal board. I do use it a bit, but it's not going to last there. Eventually I'll probably find something that does that job a bit better than it, and it will get replaced. The Rowan Tuna is the cheapest pedal I think I've ever bought brand new. It was $20 and it does the job. It's a tuner, it works just fine, and it takes up very little space. Not much else to say. I bought the JO Ultimate Drive because I saw a lot of glowing reviews on this particular pedal. It's supposed to be a clone of the OCD by Fontaine, but what I found when I bought it was that it really had limited usable range. The gain control becomes very fuzzy past 12 o'clock. I was finding that I wasn't using it, it was just wasting pedal board space for me. So I bought it for about $40 Australian, and I sold it after only a couple of months. I was a bit torn with the TC Spark Mini because it sounded really good driving the clean channel of my amplifier, and it worked well with some pedals, but unfortunately it didn't work well with my favourite overdrive pedal, which is the Wampler plexi drive. And what it did was it made the bottom end of that pedal really mushy. I actually contacted Brian Wampler about it, and he said that this pedal was probably overloading the JFET circuit on the plexi drive, and there's not much you can do about it. The other problem I had with it was that I struggled to find a balance of unity gain. So if you drove it fairly hard, you'd get really cool gain, but it would be much louder than all of your other pedals, so you couldn't have more gain at reasonable volume, which made it really difficult to use. So unfortunately, although I do like the sound of it, I couldn't keep it on the board. So after having problems with the TC Spark Mini, I decided to buy another boost pedal, which ended up being the Moore Pure Boost. I'm a fan of Moore. I think they make really good pedals at a really good price. So I bought this boost, and crucially it has a volume control, so that can really help to push the gain but then control the volume and get the boost working at more of a unity gain, which I couldn't do with the Spark Mini. However, the downfall of this pedal was the fact that even with the gain all the way up, it just didn't seem to have enough gain, and it just didn't do the job that I was looking for, so I had to get rid of this one as well. The ElectroHarmonix Skinon pedal is a very interesting pedal. I've never owned anything like this before. I did a couple of demos using it, and I mainly use it to experiment with and use it for compositional purposes. I don't really have it on the board at any time because it's not going to make an appearance at a gig or anything like that. But it's a lot of fun, and it can give you ideas in the writing process, and I have used it in 1 or 2 songs. I bought the TC Dark Matter Distortion for about $85 brand new, from a shop, and I bought it to replace the Yo-Yo Ultimate Drive because it's a similar type drive pedal. It's not a bad sounding pedal, and it's a lot better than the Ultimate Drive. However, I found it was too noisy and I didn't use it enough to warrant keeping it on the board. It was just taking up a bit of space, so I sold it. I bought the Wampler 30-something not so much as a drive pedal but more as a modifier of my clean sound. What it does is it provides a different dimension and a completely different type of clean sound that I get from my amplifier. It sounds really great with my Telecaster, and it works particularly well with single note playing. The Amur E-Lady is an excellent little flanger. I really enjoyed using this for the first time. I've never been a fan or an owner of a flanger pedal, but this really changed my opinion of flanger pedals, and it works excellently, particularly with delay. I love it on a clean sound with delay and a bit of compression. I've used it to write songs with, so it's definitely a keeper. I originally bought the Analog Man Prince of Tone as a replacement for my Boss SD1. I really like the way this pedal overdrives. However, I tried running it on boost mode, and what I found was that it does what the other boosts that I had previously couldn't do. I could get more gain and I could control the volume of it. And it's fairly touch sensitive too. It cleans right up when you play. I can use it on its own, and I can use it in conjunction, particularly with the Wampler plexi drive, and it works great, so that's definitely a keeper. I bought the DoD envelope filter pretty cheap for $100 brand new. It's in excellent condition, and it's really funky and it's a lot of fun to play, but I think I would prefer a envelope filter that had both a high and low pass filter as an option. So although I really like this pedal, I don't use it a whole lot, and it's not on the board, so I'll probably end up selling it. One of the last pedals I bought in 2017 was the Amur Looper, and it's an excellent little pedal. It can record up to 10 minutes with multiple overdubs. You can load pre-recorded pieces of music into it and play that as well. It's a great little compositional tool. It cost me about $35 brand new, and it's about the size of a matchbox. It's an absolute winner. The Straumann OLakes is an absolutely amazing rotary speaker emulator. For me, rotary speaker is the most difficult modulation type to get right, and they've done such a good job with this pedal. It sounds absolutely wicked in stereo, and I can also plug in an expression pedal and do really smooth transitions between slow and fast. It's very usable, and it has 8 different parameters that I can control. I absolutely love this thing. It's my favorite modulation pedal right now. Sadly, because I bought the OLakes, I ended up selling my MXI Univibe, which I bought in 2016. It's a great sounding pedal and it's very smooth and creamy, but what I found is that I use it for a similar job as what I would use the OLakes for, and the OLakes is more versatile and has a lot more parameters that I can control on it than the Univibe, so it became a bit of a battle between the two, and the Straumann OLakes won, so I ended up selling it. But it's not that I don't think it's a good pedal, I think it is, but for what I use it for, I prefer the Straumann.